The One-Year Bible, the Living Bible paraphrased, March 17th. After the plague had ended, Jehovah said to Moses and to Eleazar, son of Aaron the priest, "Take a census of all the men of Israel who are 20 years old or older, to find out how many men of each tribe and clan are able to go to war." So Moses and Eleazar issued census instructions to the leaders of Israel. The entire nation was camped in the plains of Moab beside the Jordan River, opposite Jericho. Here are the results of the census. The tribe of Reuben, 43,730. Reuben was Israel's oldest son. At this tribe were the following clans named after Reuben's sons: the Hanochites, named after their ancestor Hanoch; the Paluites, named after their ancestor Palu; and the subclan of Eliab, who is one of the sons of Palu, were the families of Nemuel, Abiram, and Dathan. This Dathan and Abiram were the two leaders who conspired with Korah against Moses and Aaron, and in fact challenged the very authority of God. But the earth opened and swallowed them, and 250 men were destroyed by that fire from the Lord that day, as a warning to the entire nation. The Hezronites, named after their ancestor Hezron; the Carmites, named after their ancestor Carmi; the tribe of Simeon, 22,200. This tribe were the following clans, founded by Simeon's sons: the Nemuelites, named after their ancestor Nemuel; the Jaminites, named after their ancestor Jamin; the Jachinites, named after their ancestor Jachin; the Zerahites, named after their ancestor Zerah; the Shaluites, named after their ancestor Shaul. The tribe of Gad, 40,500. In this tribe were the following clans founded by the sons of Gad: the Zephonites, named after their ancestor Zephon; the Haggites, named after their ancestor Haggai; the Shunites, named after their ancestor Shuni; the Oznites, named after their ancestor Ozni; the Erites, named after their ancestor Eri; the Ardites, named after their ancestor Arad; the Arelites, named after their ancestor Ariel, Areli. The tribe of Judah, 700,500. This tribe were the following clans named after the sons of Judah, but not including and Onan, who died in the land of Canaan: the Shelonites, named after their ancestor Shelah; the Perizzites, named after their ancestor Pharez; the Zerites, named after their ancestor Zerah. This census also included the subclans of Pharez, the Hezronites, named after their ancestor Hezron, and the Hamulites, named after their ancestor Hamuel. The tribe of Issachar, 64,300. In this tribe were the following clans named after the sons of Issachar: the Toleites, named after their ancestor Tola; the Punites, named after their ancestor Puva; the Jashubites, named after their ancestor Jashub; the Shimronites, named after their ancestor Shimron. The tribe of Zebulun, 6,500. This tribe were the following clans named after the sons of Zebulun: the Sheridites, named after their ancestor Shered; the Elonites, named after their ancestor Elon; the Jaleelites, named after their ancestor Jaleel. The tribe of Joseph, 32,500, and the half-tribe of Ephraim, and 52,700 in the half-tribe of Manasseh. The half-tribe of Manasseh was the clan of Machrites, named after their ancestor Machir. The subclan of the Zeraites was the Gileadites, named after their ancestor Gilead. The tribe of the Gileadites, the Jezreelites, named after their ancestor Jezer. The Helekites, named after their ancestor Helek. The Azraelites, named after their ancestor Azrael. The Shechemites, named after their ancestor Shechem. The Shemidites, named after their ancestor Shemidah. The Hepherites, named after their ancestor Hepher. Hepher's son Zelophehad had no sons. Here are the names of his daughters: Bela, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. The 32,500 registered in the half-tribe of Ephraim, including the following clans, named after the sons of Ephraim: the Shuthelahites, named after their ancestor Shuletha. A subclan of the Shulethites was the Eranites, named after their ancestor Eran, a son of Shuthelah. The Barakites, named after their ancestor Bechur. The Tahanites, named after their ancestor Tahan. The tribe of Benjamin, 45,600. This tribe were the following clans, named after the sons of Benjamin: the Beelites, named after their ancestor Bela. Subclans named after sons of Bela were: the Ardites, named after their ancestor Ard. The Naamites, named after their ancestor Naaman. The Ashbelites, named after their ancestor Ashbel. The Ahimites, named after their ancestor Ahiram. The Suphimites, named after their ancestor Shephuham. The Huphimites, named after their ancestor Huphim. The tribe of Dan, 64,400. In this tribe was the clan of the Shuhamites, named after Shuham, the son of Dan. The tribe of Asher, 53,400. This tribe were the following clans, named after the sons of Asher: the Imnites, named after their ancestor Imnah. The Ishvites, named after their ancestor Ishvi. The Beriites, named after their ancestor Beriah. Subclans named after the sons of Beriah were: the Heberites, named after their ancestor Heber. The Malchielites, named after their ancestor Malchiel. Asher also had a daughter named Serah. The tribe of Naphtali, 45,400. This tribe were the following clans, named after the sons of Naphtali: the Jahzeelites, named after their ancestor Jahzeel. The Gunites, named after their ancestor Guni. The Jezerites, named after their ancestor Jezer. The Shoamites, named after their ancestor Shoam. So the total number of the men of draft age throughout Israel was 601,730. The Gospel of Luke, chapter 2, verses 36 through 52. Anna, a prophetess, was also there in the temple that day. She was the daughter of Phanuel of the Jewish tribe of Asher, and was very old, for she had been a widow for 84 years, following the 7 years of marriage. She never left the temple, but stayed there night and day, worshiping God by praying and often fasting. She came along just as Simeon was talking with Mary and Joseph. She also began thanking God and telling everyone in Jerusalem who had been awaiting the coming of the Savior that the Messiah had finally arrived. When Jesus' parents had fulfilled all the requirements of the law of God, they returned home to Nazareth in Galilee. There the child became a strong, robust lad and was known for wisdom beyond his years, and God poured out his blessings on him. When Jesus was 12 years old, he accompanied his parents to Jerusalem for the annual Passover festival, which they attended each year. After the celebration was over, they started home to Nazareth, but Jesus stayed behind in Jerusalem. His parents did miss him the first day, for they assumed he was with friends among the other travelers. But when he didn't show up that evening, they started to look for him among their relatives and friends. When they couldn't find him, they went back to Jerusalem to search for him there. 3 days later, they finally discovered him. He was in the temple, sitting among the teachers of law, discussing deep questions with them and amazing everyone with his understanding and answers. His parents didn't know what to think. "Son," his mother said to him, "why have you done this to us? Your father and I have been frantic, searching for you everywhere." "But why did you need to search?" he asked. "Didn't you realize that I would be here at the temple in my father's house?" But they didn't understand what he meant. Then he returned to Nazareth with them and was obedient to them, and his mother stored away all these things in her heart. So Jesus grew both tall and wise and was loved by God and man. Psalm 60 verses 1 through 12. Written by David at the time he was at war with Syria, with the outcome still uncertain. This was when Joab, captain of his forces, slaughtered 12,000 men of Edom in the Salt Valley. O God, you have rejected us and broken our defenses. You have become angry and deserted us. Lord, restore us again to your favor. You have caused this nation to tremble in fear. You have torn it apart. Lord, heal it now, for it is shaken to its depths. You have been very hard on us and made us reel beneath your blows. But you have given us a banner to rally to. All who love truth will rally to it. Then you can deliver your beloved people. Use your strong arm to rescue us. God has promised to help us. He has vowed it by his holiness. No wonder I exult. Shechem, Succoth, Gilead, Manasseh, still are mine, he says. Judah shall continue to produce kings, and Ephraim great warriors. Moab shall become my lowly servant, and Edom my slave. And I will shout and triumph over the Philistines. Who will bring me in triumph into Edom's strong cities? God will. He who cast us off, he who abandoned us to our foes. Yes, Lord, help us again. Yes, Lord, help us against our enemies, for man's help is useless. With God's help we shall do mighty things, for he will trample down our foes. Proverbs 11 verse 15. Be sure you know a person well before you vouch for his credit. Better refuse than suffer later.